In this video, I want to spend just a few minutes talking about RFPs. So if you're a sales organization that has to respond to a lot of RFPs, Scout is a great way to start a draft response and build a knowledge base of common RFP answers. And one of the agents that it uses is called the RFP agent. So if I go to agents, I can click on RFP agents, and that comes out of the box. And to demonstrate, I've got an example RFP in my Scout Academy folder. Got this example RFP here. I think this is the right one. That is just a standard government RFP mock. And so we could take that RFP and then we can say, this RFP is a perfect candidate for scoutos.com. Use scoutos.com and trust.scoutos.com as resources to research and then create a plan to take a first draft response of this RFP. And so now the RFP agent will actually research scoutos.com and trust.scoutos.com and learn about those things, and then also read this RFP and start to put together a response for you to start editing your response. And what's cool about Scout is you can crawl your websites or you can add documents to Scout's brain to use so that you can build a smart system that answers RFPs in accurate ways and cuts first draft responses in a really clear and coherent way. The next step is that you can actually build more automation in there where maybe you have a method of or a place where RFPs drop. You can schedule to check for RFPs, run through this process, and then assign teammates the draft of the RFP response to work on. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce this feature. I think it's a really cool feature and it's worth giving it a try. Here's an executive summary. Here's the requirements analysis, the contract, and the recommended response. And then you can work with this. Like the first response will come out with a ton of bullets and things like that. You may not like that tone. You may want to create a tone guide and give it more clear directions on the tone and format you like your responses to be in. But you can see that it was able to process the RFP as a PDF, and then it was also able to take or scrape information from the ScoutOS website and then combine that together and create a pretty nice draft for an RFP that you can work with. Like I said, it probably has a lot more bullet points than I would want, so I would change the tone and things like that. But it might be something that you like this output. That's great. Or if you have a specific output you need, you can feed it in some previous responses and it can learn from that and use those as guides as well. So that's kind of it on this RFP agent.